What a lovely song. That was Edwin in the Lowlands Low. And it was a song by Martin Simpson and a gentleman that I've not come across before, Tom Jutz, J-U-T-Z. And it's part of a new collaboration. They've just released that song over the past couple of weeks. Right, so just very quickly, let's talk about what's coming up in the next few weeks. And so we are doing a repeat next week, so I'm not in the studio live next week. And what I thought, in fact it was Murray Grant, one of our regular listeners from Scotland, he suggested why don't we do a repeat of a song when the late Miss Lucy was co-presenting. So I thought that's a wonderful idea. I'm going to put one of those tracks on for scheduling for next Monday night. So on the 14th of August you'll get to hear Miss Lucy once again. And then on the 21st we've got Mansfield Smith, renamed as Mansfield Smith. They are coming back into the studio and going to share some of their wonderful Americana with me. So please do listen in for that show on the 21st of August. And then on the 28th, not quite sure what's happening on the 28th yet. It might be me and a big bag of records. Metaphorical records, of course, because they're all on MP3s these days. But it might just be me and some music. I'll let you know a little bit closer to the date. But if you're listening in tonight and you're thinking, oh, I could really do with chatting or playing or whatever, and I want to be part of that show, please give me a shout and we'll try and make something work for the 28th of August. I've got a couple of interesting gigs coming up for the show in September. So on the 4th we've got Charlie's Angels coming in, and they are a three-piece ladies band from Stroudish area, the Greater Republic of Stroud, let's call it that. And we've got Jim Rowley coming in on the 11th of September. And Jim came in as part of Blackthorn Buskers a few weeks ago. So lots of interesting things to come. I'm taking bookings now for shows towards the end of September, and I've got a couple of bookings in beyond then, but if there is a particular date that you fancy coming in to see me, and if I've got it free, and if we can make it work, then we will do just that. Right, Mike, are you okay to play us a third song, please?
I am. I will play you a third song, which I wrote for my dog.
Do you know what? I do the same. If I had songwriting skills, they'd all be to my dog.
Well, I wrote this song. Daisy, who's no longer with us, unfortunately, she died about 2 or 3 days before the first lockdown, actually, which was a blessing, really, because she had been so grumpy about having to stay on leads and things like that. But she, living in the country like I do, a few years before she passed away, she drank some poison, and it was touch and go whether she would survive. It was runoff from the fields, and terrible time really, but she bounced back and made a full recovery. So I wrote this song thinking, well, when the time does come, I'm not going to be able to write a song, so I wrote this when she was fit and well, and this is called Chasing Squirrels. Or it will be when I get it right. Yellow stones beneath us, we walk for country miles. You always found the right side of gates and broken stiles. But now the bluebells bow their heads and we have eyes to dry. As you go chasing squirrels, as you go chasing squirrels in the sky. Late April's brightness, you bounced into our world. 9-day wonders, gladness, or black and golden curls. The walks grow shorter by the day, and now the time it flies. As you go chasing squirrels, as you go chasing squirrels in the sky. No toys are brought to greet us, there's thin light in the hall. The days are filled with autumn mist, the chase of one last ball. Now we'll rise and stumble off through failing breeze and corn. Dwell upon our younger days, a blossom on the thorn. Oyster catchers turning tides, too soon it's time to fly. To where you're chasing squirrels, to where you're chasing squirrels in the sky. Oyster catchers turning tides, too soon it's time to fly. To where you're chasing squirrels, to where you're chasing squirrels in the sky.